Moving on to question number 9. Prove that the function f is given by f of x is equal to mod of x minus 1 is not differentiable at x is equal to 1. Not differentiable ni kekranga. So what did we learn? So when you watch the previous slides, so in the enna paathom? Here we saw that the left hand limit should be equal to the right hand limit. So in the we saw that the left hand limit should be equal to the right hand limit. You see the cursor? So we need to use this to prove the particular question. Now question number 9 we use prove okay? Now moving on to question number 9. I need to prove that it is not differentiable. Appo first step the left hand limit, which is going to be limit h tends to 0 minus of f of c plus h minus f of c, the whole divided by h. And what is my right hand limit? Limit h tends to 0 plus of f of c plus h minus f of c, the whole divided by h. In the c enna? C is going to be 1 because x is equal to 1. Correct? So c order value is going to be 1. So how does my left hand limit look like? Limit h tends to 0 minus of f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 divided by h. So this is my c. C order value substitute panno. Correct? Here limit h tends to 0 plus of f of 1 plus h minus f of 1, the whole divided by h. Correct? Now let me do my left hand limit first. So this is my left hand limit and this is my right hand limit. So first left hand limit panna enago? I'm going to take my function f of 1 plus h. In the function enna first? My f of x is going to be mod of x minus 1. So wherever I have x, I'm going to replace that with 1 plus h and 1. So how does my left hand limit look like? Limit h tends to 0 minus of f of 1 plus h, which is going to be mod of x ku badala 1 plus h minus 1. You understand? I have, instead of h, I'm going to write 1 plus h, and instead of the 1, I'm going to write 1 itself. Purida? Now, minus f of 1 and x ku 1 substitute pannu. So mod of 1 minus 1, the whole divided by h. So this is going to be my left hand limit. If right hand limit eppadi irukka podhu, I'll do it simultaneously so that you understand. Right hand limit is going to be limit h tends to 0 plus, in the 0 minus, in the 0 plus of f of 1 plus h, which is again going to be 1 plus h minus 1 minus 1 minus 1, the whole divided by h. Ipo left hand limit ko right hand limit ko enna difference? You see that here the function is almost the same. So in the earthly we are having 1 plus h minus 1, and also here you are having 1 plus h minus 1. So the entire term is the same. In the earthly veru here we have a left hand limit and here you have a right hand limit. In the earthly minus irukku, in the earthly plus irukku. So that is the only difference. Correct? So how do you do this? Limit h tends to 0 minus of 1 minus 1 0. So I'll have mod h minus 0. 1 minus 1 is also a 0 divided by h, and here I'll have limit h tends to 0 plus of again mod h minus 0 divided by h. In the minus 1 and the minus 1 is getting cancelled. Minus 1 and minus 1 is getting cancelled. So what am I left with? In the h is tending to 0 minus, which means h is less than 0. Here it is tending to 0 plus, which means h is greater than 0. You see that? So h is less than 0 na mod function eppadi irukku podhu? Mod h is nothing but h when h is less than 0. Sorry, minus h when h is less than 0, and h when h is greater than 0. Positive h and negative h. Correct? So left hand limit enna agapodhu? Limit h tends to 0 minus of mod h is going to become minus h divided by denominator la h. Right hand limit is going to become limit h tends to 0 plus of plus h divided by h. So in that h and the h is going to get cancelled. I'm going to have minus 1. H and the h is going to get cancelled. I'm going to have 1. So in that left hand limit is equal to minus 1 and right hand limit is equal to plus 1. So you see that left hand limit is not equal to the right hand limit. So it means it is not continuous. Not continuous and not differentiable. Not continuous and also not differentiable. Okay. So this is how you write your final answer. If it is continuous, it is differentiable. If it is not continuous, it is not differentiable. Okay. Please copy or take a screenshot. Question number 10. Prove that the greatest integer function defined by f of x is equal to GIF of x. இந்த function நம்ம நிறைய வாட்டி பார்த்திருக்கோம். So GIF of x can be represented in two different ways. எப்படி represent பண்ணலாம்? First GIF of x is nothing but x plus r without the GIF. X plus r if we are dealing with the right hand limit, and it is going to be simply x if you are dealing with left hand limit. Correct? Add agum illati subtract aidum. So these are your GIF function which you have learnt in your example question. Please watch my previous videos so you will know that. So prove that the greatest integer function is not differentiable at x is equal to 1 and 2. இப்போ ரெண்டு value இருக்கு. You have c value to be 1 and you have c value to be 2. So you have to prove for two different values. So இப்போ c equal to 1 பண்ணலாமா? So again similarly left hand limit, right hand limit. I'll do it simultaneously. So what do I have? Limit h tends to 0 minus of f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. இந்த இடத்துல limit h tends to 0 plus of f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. இந்த இடத்துல c ஓட value என்ன? I'm going to substitute 1. So limit h tends to 0 minus of f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 divided by h. Limit h tends to 0 plus of f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 divided by h. இப்போ f of 1 plus h substitute பண்ண போறேன் to the function. So I have limit h tends to 0 minus of GIF of x. x க்கு பதிலா I'm going to substitute 1 plus h. So I have 1 plus h minus 1 the whole divided by h. In that I'm going to have limit h tends to 0 plus of again 1 plus h minus 1 divided by h. இப்போ 1 plus h இருக்கு. Left hand limit க்கும் right hand limit க்கும் என்ன difference? If h is tending to 0 minus, so 0 is over here. 0 minus na the value which are very very close to 0 but to the left of 0. 0 plus na அர்த்தம் values which are very very close to 0 but to the right of 0. அப்ப ரெண்டுத்துக்கும் என்ன difference? When you have 1 plus h where h is some value which is less than 0 and here you have 1 plus h where h is some value greater than 0. So I have 1 plus some value which is greater than 0 na இந்த இடத்துல GIF என்னவா இருக்க போகுது? So what do you see here? When you have value of 1 plus some number, so my value is going to be 1. இல்லாட்டி இந்த இடத்துல 1 க்கு கீழ value இருந்ததுனா my value is going to be 0. You see that? So this is my GIF function oda graph. So what happens to my left hand limit? My left hand limit is some value which is 1 plus h. தெரியுதா? So இந்த இடத்துல என்ன value இருக்கு? I have 1 plus h where h is less than 0. h is less than 0 now I'm going to have the value of 0. Here I have 1 plus h and I have the value which is h is greater than 0. h is greater than 0 now 1 plus 0 is going to be some number which is greater than 1. So அப்ப என்ன value எடுக்க போகுது? It is going to take the value 1. So இந்த இடத்துல the value it is going to take, here the value it is going to take is 0 and here the value it is going to take is 1. Clear? What happens to my left hand limit? Limit h tends to 0 minus of 0 minus GIF of 1 and 1 oda value is going to be 1 itself. You see here 1 oda value is going to be 1 itself. So 0 minus 1 divided by h. Right hand limit enna agum? Limit h tends to 0 plus of 1 minus 1 divided by h. Inga enna value varudhu? It is going to be minus 1 divided by h and here I have 0 divided by h. I see that the two values do not match. So left hand limit is not equal to the right hand limit. So not differentiable at x is equal to 1. Okay. So this will be infinity and this will be 0. 0 infinity onna kadayadu. So your final answer is going to be not differentiable. So this is for x is equal to 1 case. So first idu eludunga. Then ipo next I'll solve for x is equal to 2 also. You will understand. Okay. So this is for x is equal to 1. Okay. Please take a screenshot. Now what is going to happen for x is equal to 2? So in that I have my GIF graph. So x is equal to 2 la I'm again going to use my formula for left hand limit and right hand limit. Ipo left hand limit enna? It is going to be limit h tends to 0 minus of f of c plus h. In the இடத்துல c oda value enna? 2. So it is going to be f of 2 plus h minus f of 2 divided by h. And what is going to be my right hand limit? Right hand limit is limit h tends to 0 plus of f of 2 plus h minus f of 2 divided by h. இப்போ simultaneous போட்டே வரலாமா? So my f of x enna? f of x is going to be GIF of x. So when I substitute the left hand and the right hand limit, I'm going to have h tends to 0 minus of 2 plus h minus gif of 2 divided by h. இந்த இடத்துல என்ன இருக்க போகுது? limit h tends to 0 plus of 2 plus h minus 2 divided by h. What is the only difference? H tends to 0 minus, which means h is less than 0. So 2 plus h, some value which is less than 0 is going to be less than 2. This particular value is going to be less than 2. In the இடத்துல h tends to 0 plus, so h is greater than 0. So 2 plus h is going to be some value which is greater than 2. இப்போ இந்த இடத்துல value is less than 2. இந்த இடத்துல the value is greater than 2. So how do you interpret that from your graph? 2 plus h is less than 2 na. How do you write this? 2 plus h less than 2. I am going to look at values which are less than 2. So less than 2 na, it is going to take the value of 1. You see, if it is less than 2, it is going to take the value of 1. If it is greater than 2, what value it is going to take? Greater than 2 na, the 2 is over here. Greater than 2 na, it is going to take the value of 2. So what happens? In the இடத்துல less than 2 na, it is going to take the value of 1. If it is greater than 2, this is going to take the value of 2. And what is gif of 2? In the இடத்துல gif of 2 is going to be simply 2. So this is 2 and this is also 2. இப்போ final answer என்ன ஆக போகுது? Left hand limit is limit h tends to 0 minus of 1 minus 2 divided by h. இந்த பக்கம் limit h tends to 0 plus of 2 minus 2 divided by h. Again the same problem, minus 1 divided by h. இந்த பக்கம் 0 divided by h. And I apply the limit, I am going to have infinity over here and 0 over here. So I have LHL not equal to the right hand limit. So not differentiable at 2. Okay, please copy. So with this we are done with exercise 5.2. Let's move on to exercise 5.3 and other example questions. Okay, bye.